Hello, everyone. Good evening to you. How's it going? How is things? I want to talk online tonight about scaling hurdles. And I have a friend, also a brother, that wants to interview me. And I'm hoping he will come online in a sec. Let me see. Adenichi Adedare. Let me try and see if I can get him on. We want to talk tonight about how to scale hurdles in life. Hurdles. How can you scale or difficulties? How can you get over difficulties or obstacles? Same meaning as hurdle. We all know hurdles. In a worldly way of saying it, you have this. There's a race. There's a race for horses, and they will build a frame. There's a frame that they build. Even for horses, even athletes as well. Athletes they make a hurdle, they can run, and then make them to jump the hurdle. They make them to jump the hurdle, and this hurdle is to actually, people look at it as an obstacle. Really, to me, from experience, I don't see an hurdle as an obstacle. It could be. I mean, it depends on you, but for me personally, I don't see an hurdle as an obstacle. Number one, the reason why I'm saying that, because when there's in a life, when there's no hurdle, when there's no difficulties, when there's no challenges, life can be so boring. Life can be so boring. Hold on, let me see. Let me try and invite my friend. I've done that earlier. I don't know why I didn't need you. Yeah, he has been invited. Let me have a look. This is kind of okay. Oh, I'm not really technologically savvy, I'm trying to I only know a little bit just to get my way around, Anyway, let me continue. I've invited him, if he comes on, fine. If he doesn't, I'll take 5 minutes to talk about it. This is Pastor Macaulay. Like I said, hurdle. Sometimes, some people, see obstacles as a problem. They see hurdles as an obstacle, or they see it as a problem, or they even see it as a barricade. They think they can't get to the other side. It depends on what you want to. It depends on what application you want to use. You can use it on application of life. I want to talk about life in general. You can target whatever that you can target on based on your life. It could be maybe your health, or maybe it could be finances, it could be educational hurdles, it could be health, it could be anything, and it could be life, how to scale through life. There's no way you're gonna live in this world and you're gonna have a smooth ride. No, you only have a smooth ride. Even people that have nothing going on for them, they still have some hurdles to jump, and you just have to accept that is how things. Life is not fair, Life is never fair. Some people, look at me. I see myself as perfect, because the Bible says everything that is made is wonderfully and wonderfully made, And some people may see me and think, oh, maybe this guy he doesn't look handsome, or he's not wonderful. But I don't see myself like that, and I don't live my life based on what people think or what they say or how they feel about me. I live my life based on what God knows about me. You understand? That is what I actually care about. So when it comes to hurdles, you may think, oh, this hurdle is there to stop you from getting somewhere. But actually, God always put an hurdle in our life just to test us, to strengthen us. I can imagine all the athletes, if there's no hurdles, you don't know how strong you are. Number one, hurdles are there to see how strong. For you, God knows how strong you are anyway. He knows how weak you are. He knows how frail you are. But sometimes we human beings, we don't know how strong we are. We don't know how afraid we are. That's why God will allow hurdles sometimes for us, for us to see that, for us to see ourselves, it's like looking in the mirror. So that is one of the reasons why hurdles can be there in our lives. And then some people will see it as a hurdle, some people will see it as an opportunity. Look at the COVID that is going on around the world. I'm using it as an example. Yes, is an hurdle, it's an obstacle, to a lot of things. But some people see it as, as an opportunity, to create vaccine, opportunities, so that it depends on how you see it. So how can we scale an hurdle in life? Number one, you have to be prepared. You have to accept that there's an hurdle. Because believe you me, there can be hurdle in front of you. You may not see it. A lot of people have a lot of obstacles. They don't even realize it, and that is very dangerous. If there is a problem and you don't actually see it, or you don't actually believe there's a problem. Look at the alcoholics, or even the gamblers, people that are addicted to gambling or alcohol. Before when they go for therapy, or they go for they want to be healed, or they want to get over their problem, the first thing they have to go through, you have to accept there's a problem. So that is the beginning of how to to go through ordinary life. Number one, you have to accept that there's a problem. And then you have to look at how you're going to tackle it. Am I going to go through it, or am I going to tackle it? What methods are you going to use? You understand? Hurdles, And another way to tackle hurdle is to make sure you strengthen, you are prepared mentally and physically. Look at the athletes, I'll use them as an example again. Look at what they go through. They do a lot of training, vigorous training. They wake up at 4 in the morning, they run, they they go to the gym, they make sure they are fit, that is physical. But when it becomes life hurdles, it has to be mental, There's a lot of mental, gymnastics we can get involved, when it comes to mental challenges. And when it comes to mental, which is not physical, there's a way we go through them, by experience, by look. I lost you right there. How can we identify hurdles? Yes, like I said, identifying hurdles, it has to be personal, that way it's better. I can see your questions now. The way you can identify an hurdle is when you want to get to a particular place and there's an hindrance. That's when there's an hurdle. If you have no destination, if you have no plan for your life, if you have no challenges, then there won't be an hurdle. Everything will be smooth sailing. So how you can identify hurdle is by it's from you. You got to know, okay, where am I going to? Okay, I'm trying to get to that end. Oh, there's something stopping me, There could be human beings stopping you. You could be, even yourself can be hurdle to yourself. You understand? So that's how you have to identify. There must be a motive. There must be a challenge. There must be what you want to conquer. There must be something you want to do. That's how you can recognize there's an hurdle. There's an obstacle in your way. So you can type more questions and I can answer you rather than just talking away. That's how you can identify a hurdle. Hurdles are there to stop you. Hurdles are there to maim you. They are there to disable you, to make sure you don't go to the other side. Look at the children of Israel. When God was about to deliver them from Egypt, they got to the river, they got to the sea. That was an hurdle. Meanwhile, the sea has been there before they were born. It wasn't an hurdle until when they chose to cross to the other side, and then they realized, oh, there's a hurdle here. There's an obstacle here. You see, so that's how you identify that there's an hurdle in front of you. There must be a challenge. If there's no challenge, then there's no hurdle. If there's no challenge in your health, then you don't have an obstacle. You don't have any problem. You'll be waking up every morning doing what you want to do. Or if you don't have a financial hurdle, you have money to spend, you have a lot of money in your bank account, the money won't be a problem. That will not be an hurdle. And the financial hurdle, we only apply to someone that is poor. Maybe they want to build a house, they don't have the money for it, and then that's an hurdle. You understand? And he said, is it possible for one to be defected in the fighting? What do you mean defected? Can you reframe that question? You know, you mean defected in fighting, that, you know, if you like losing the fight, or what is that what you mean? Yeah, you can lose it, you can be defected, you can lose the fights if you don't believe in yourself. You know, if you don't believe you can scale the hurdle, then you've defeated yourself. And hurdle can defeat you as well. You know, if you want to climb a mountain that is higher than you, are you going to climb it? You know, are you going to climb a mountain that is 100 foot tall? 100 feet, are you going to climb it? You can't climb it. Then you'll be defected. You know, you give up. Look at the Israelites when God was helping them, you know. The sea had to part for them to be able to cross the hurdle. And if it's a mountain, you know, the Bible says, oh, ye mountain, what is that mountain before me? You know, it said disappear. So, yeah, the hurdle, you know, you can't, if the hurdle doesn't disappear, are you going to get through? And some people, they have to bore through, they have to bore holes to go through the tunnel. You see, we see hurdles, everything around us is hurdle. I drove through Darfur Bridge. There's a bridge called Darfur Bridge. It's a tunnel. It has a bridge and a tunnel. You know, it used to be an hurdle for the Londoners to get to the other side into Essex, you know, to get to East London. It was an hurdle until they came up with a solution to mount a bridge and then to bore a tunnel, you know, through the, you know, through the river, you know, and that hurdle became, you know, it became defected. What are emotional hurdles? Yes, emotional hurdles. When we're talking about emotions, you know, we are emotional beings. God created them, whether you're a man or a woman. Some people say men are not emotional, which is a lie, because I've heard it. Even pastors, they say, oh, women are emotional beings. Of course, not just women, even men, we are all without emotion. We'll be like even animals, they've got emotions. So without an emotion, we will not function as a human being. So of course, there's emotional hurdles. I spoke about it earlier. Emotional hurdle, you know, it's from within, from emotions. You know, a lot of things you want to do, but because you don't want to leave your parents, you have an emotion. I love my parents. I don't want to leave my parents' house. I don't want to focus on my career because I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to break a lot of things that has to do with you, within you. Emotions have to be within you. You know, when you're emotional about something, then when you allow your emotion to control you, then that's a hurdle. That's an emotional hurdle. When you allow, sorry, I lost you there. When you allow your emotions to control you, or you allow other people to control you from outside, that's an emotional. You know, when you succumb to it, then that becomes an obstacle to you. And then another question is, can an hurdle be positive? There can't be anything. To me, like I said, hurdle you can't attach a positivity with an obstacle. How can you? Of course, the hurdle can never be positive. It's a negative thing. If something is stopping you, that can be positive. That is negative. You understand? And a hurdle can never be positive. It's something hurdle is something that makes you to strive. It makes you to work vigorously for you to cross. You know, at the end of the day, when you cross it, yeah, it can turn around to become positive. But while the giant is still standing in front of you, you know, David had the hurdle, he had an obstacle, he had the Goliath, you know, almost 10 feet tall in front of him. There's nothing positive about that. You know, but then God uses it to strengthen us. He uses it to strengthen us, to, you know, to make us stronger emotionally, mentally, and even physically as well. You understand? Look at the athletes. You know, when they scale through the hurdle, and let me tell you one thing about hurdle. One thing that can be positive about a hurdle is the reward afterwards. Do you understand now? Hurdle in itself can be positive. It is negativity. It is not something positive. But once you scale it, once you be able to go through it, then you can see positivity in it, you know? You understand? Positivity is the aftermath of you jumping through the hurdles. What will you say when you are getting tired while fighting? You know, you are a soldier. A soldier never gets tired, innit? You never get tired. Even to the end, you have to fight to the end. So, you know, if you are tired, you know, it depends on the kind of tiredness. There's emotional tiredness, there's a mental tiredness, and there's a physical tiredness. So it depends on what we're talking about. So, you know, it depends on the kind of hurdle you want to jump. Will determine if, you know, I mean, Even mentally, a man can be tired mentally. If you're trying to do something, you're doing over and you're being rejected. It's like someone looking for a job and they get constantly rejected. That's an hurdle. And then at a point, you can get tired. Of course, you can get tired. But you just have to be determined. You have to believe in yourself. You have to carry on, You never give up. They say quitters never win, So you don't quit. You just have to carry on, even though when you're tired. I can give you a lot of examples. A lot of people that they never gave up in life. And they got, in fact, after about 100 times, that's when they make the breakthrough. So I would say to you, as long as you have a breath of life in you, and you have the physical strength, the emotional strength to carry on, ask God to help you. And then, I believe there's no hurdle that can be, there's a lot of challenges, a lot of obstacles. There's no problem that doesn't have a solution. That is my belief. You understand? So if you're tired about it, you can give yourself time, and then, you can, go back to it and face it again. Another question is, there are melting period of one's life. Absolutely. I agree with that. At the melting point, can one lose focus? Of course, you can. You can lose focus. All of us all have a melting point. God does not create us perfect. We are not perfect. Everybody has their own, melting point, Even the frogs, when you put a frog in the water, you put some animals in the water, some can withstand the heat for, more than others, just like how we are. A lot of people, they get, look at what happened in Nigeria about the Twitter. Just because a Buhari tweet was deleted, he had a ego problem. You understand? So, as a president, you should be able to, accept and, constructive, when people criticize you, you should be able to, accept critics. You understand? So, we all have our melting points. Obviously Buhari's strength is small for him to, the way he has reacted to it, So, like I've answered you, all of us, we all have a melting period in life. Of course we do. And then one can lose focus, And the thing is not for you to lose focus, that is the positivity out of it. Never lose focus, keep your head up, keep going like a soldier. And there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, Yeah. Another question is, what are your advice to people at this period when it comes to hurdle? Yeah, my advice, not just to everyone, even to myself, is to keep our head up. We have to believe, we have to have faith, and we have to know that there's no problems that doesn't have a solution. You understand? And, my advice to people is to always see, the lights after the tunnel. They should believe there's a light after the tunnel. Like just the good book tells us in the Bible, in the book of Psalm chapter 30, verse 5. He said, weeping may endure for the night. He said, but light of joy cometh in the morning. So that joy is the light in the morning. You understand? So never give up in life, whatever you're doing. Even though you may be starting very small, but don't give up, you become great. It's all about persistence, You just have to be persistent. You have to be very stubborn about it. Whatever you want to achieve in life, no hurdles, goes away just like that. You have to be stubborn. You have to be really stubborn about it, There are a lot of things I go through in my life personally. If I'm not stubborn, I won't be able to, you have to be stubborn about it. And there are some things I do, I just give up easily if I don't have interest in it. So if anything is your passion, if anything that you want to do that will make you happy, because you only live once and life is too short, according to what they say. So, I'm advising you, never give up in life on your dreams. Never give up on your passions. Never give up, on whatever, you want to do, on your career, on your family, whatever it is that is, you understand. So thank you so much. Therapy. Yes, thank you. I really appreciate you. Even though I couldn't come on your own platform tonight, Adeniji, you have been a very good brother. And I pray that God Almighty will continue to uphold you, strengthen you and your family, and be with you, and take you to that place, that you want to be. So don't give up on your dreams, people. This is Therapy TV on YouTube, Therapy TV. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, I will implore you to go on his channel to subscribe. He's a very good guy, I like him. He's passionate, he has dreams. I've been focusing on him lately. I've noticed he's someone that has a passion. He's focused. He has a vision. And then, support him as well, Thank you very much. Thank you, and I will see you again. Bye bye.